I've never seen a single Insidious film, which is nuts because I love ghost stories. I love that kind of crap. I love The Conjuring, but I've never seen Insidious. And after realizing it's been 13 freaking years and they've come out with a fifth freaking part, I'm like, dude, you know what? It's my day off. I'm going to binge every freaking movie of the whole Insidious thing in one sitting. But yeah, let's review the movies, go over them, and yeah, starting with the first one, Insidious. Dun, dun, dun. That's the opening credits, like the whole like it's epic. It does that in every movie, by the way. Spoiler alert. This is an iconic film, one iconic enough that they freaking did 4 sequels. And yeah, this is like a James Wan thing. Bro, he did Insidious, The Conjuring stuff. Like, this guy is freaking all over ghost stuff. And Aquaman. But it's Patrick Wilson, freaking Rose Byrne's in this. They're kids that you really don't care about. And Lynn Shay playing Elise, who's like a psychic, whatever. She's basically Anne Warren from the Conjuring movies without Ed Warren, but way sadder. It's like a Walmart version of the Warrens. That's basically what it is. I have a hard time with this through the whole series. And I'm just going to be honest, dude. It's nothing against Lynn Shay. It isn't. Lynn Shay is an amazing actor. She's incredibly talented and everything that she does. And she does great here. My problem is I was introduced to her in a movie called Kingpin. And I can't shake that shit off through this entire freaking franchise. No. Woody Harrelson has to pay his rent.
There's got to be some way I can work this off.
And he pays it in a certain way. And it's one of those things that...
What is it about good sex that makes me have to crap?
It kind of sticks with you.
You really jarred something loose, Tiger.
Yeah, Lynn Shay, every time I see her on screen and she's like majestic and she's like some like psychic who's trying to help you with the paranormal, I just think of one thing. But yeah, moving forward, it's got some cool little setups. A creepy kid when they play music and he's not there and all that stuff. And also like a freaking evil demon with the all in black with the red face. That's kind of cool. The shit's kind of dated at this point, but I could definitely see where it's a little iconic with so much of the cool stuff they did. And it's neat. And I see why people like this film. I also respect that James Wan, this was low budget. He had to do something called The Further, which is basically like going into another dimension and finding the kid and bringing him back. But then freaking some other shit happens and it's like one of those movie endings that you're like, oh, what's going to happen next? Yeah, but I get it. Insidious, it was cool. Insidious 2. Yeah, I respect that they picked it right back up, bro. And it's like, so what happened to the family afterwards? I like aftermath shit. And it's kind of cool because it's like, oh yeah, credits roll, but what happens after the credits? This movie answers that. And it's cool. It shows like some family shit. I don't want to get into it too much in case you haven't seen it, but Patrick Wilson, at the end, some shit happened. He's going through some shit, like something's not right from the first one. Family's got to figure it out. It gets a little bit violent, a little bit crazy. Ghost hunters come in, which were in the first one as a brief appearance. And that's cool. A little bit too much comic relief. I didn't really care for it. It started to get a little bit silly. This movie ends and things start to happen and it's like, yay, go team. Yeah. Insidious 3. Is it chapter 3? 3? I don't know. Chapter 3, it's not like Patrick Wilson anymore. I guess he went on to do the Conjuring movies, like the other ghost movies. And then there's like a girl in a wheelchair, and it's like it's a fresh new cast, and it seems great. Lynn Shay's back. I'm just gonna give you it's not too big of a spoiler alert. She died in the first one, bro, and so she's kind of doing like the Jigsaw thing where like he died in part 2, but ended up in like the next 15 Saw films somehow. Yeah, she's doing that one, and it's cool. I actually like 3 a lot. It's working. I'm like, bro, this is good. It's darker. It's this. It's that. I'm like, this is solid. And the thing is, this whole further, the dimension they go into, the problem is, back in the first Insidious, this was like James Wan was working on a budget, bro. So basically the further is that you turn the lights off, put on a smoke machine, and call it a freaking day. That's great for the first one. We're now on part 3, bro. These movies have made money now. So the further now is like, yeah, oh, we're going to the further again. They're in the further, and yeah, the movie's really solid. It's dark, and then I guess Lin Shaye's character, Elise, is kind of like a superhero now. She's basically the supernatural Sigourney Weaver in Aliens. In this one, she like pushes the ghost and is like, come on, bitch, grabbing her like grandma sweater and like adjusting it a little bit, but like looking like tough doing it. And the ghost is like, oh, I'm going away. And I'm just like, so yeah, 3 gets a little cringe towards the end. But it was okay, yeah. Strong start though. Insidious, The Last Key. Based on the title, I figured this was basically them saying, yeah, bro, let's cut this out after this shit. Clearly that didn't happen, but let's, Last Key, yeah. And this is like the Elise story, bro. Like, we're double downing on Elise. We get to see her background, and we're going back to where it all started. I do like the relationship she has with the 2 ghost hunters. It's endearing, it's sweet. But then she meets her brother, and this shit gets super melodramatic, bro. I'm talking like fucking Twilight crap. Like the 3rd or 4th or 5th or whatever. Yeah, they all suck, but yeah. And this turns into a ghost hunters crime thriller team up. Fighting crime. And this is as absolutely stupid as it fucking sounds. Yeah, I just described Scooby-Doo. This is just way more stupid. I do have to admit though, it was interesting enough that I wanted to keep watching. And it went right where I thought it was gonna go, which I'm picking up the pattern now, bro. I'm picking up the freaking pattern after 4 of these. Cool idea, cool little scenes, cool stuff, wholesome weird shit, and yeah. Insidious, The Red Door. I'm sorry, it's the last one. I'm just like, they just do it. Yeah. And based on the opening credits, I guess Sony bought this shit. And there was a whole pendulum swing thing from the last movie that kind of incorporated into this movie. Did they plan all this shit out? Was the last key really not the last key? Was there still a red door? I don't know. But again, with the other movies, it works in the beginning. We're back to the original cast. The melodramatic shit is actually kind of working. Yeah. And again, like I said about after the first one, I love the aftermath shit. It's like seeing what happens after the credits roll. Patrick Wilson's not in a good place, bro. He's all fucked up. Living a lie can create damage in the future. And yeah, this movie shows that. The truth always comes out. And Patrick Wilson's character did some shit in chapter 2 and doesn't remember why he did it or that he did it. And his wife's like a dick to him and he doesn't understand why. That's kind of fucked up. You can't go to counseling if you don't know what really happened. And yeah, there's a cool MRI scene. And this movie has good imagery, bro. This whole franchise has good imagery. Also, congratulations. We get our first black person. It took 5 movies. 5 movies. 4 horror movies with no black person. I mean, they usually don't last long when they're in them, but at least you put one in there. Yeah, no, now we have 5. And I like her. I like her a lot. She's great. Which worries me because it's a horror movie and she's black. I hope she lives. Movie does get cheesy towards the end, like the other Insidious films. But it works out. And actually, without getting into detail, Insidious, the last key was the 4th one. Red Door. Insidious, Red Door. The Red Door. Fuck, you know what I mean. It wasn't bad. It was actually, I liked it. It was a nice ending, closing chapter to 5 films that are, it's basically Walmart Conjuring is what it is. And it's not bad. They have some good scenes. They have some good this and that. And The Conjuring is kind of like fucking shit itself too lately. Let's not talk about The Conjuring like it's fucking great. First one was great. There's some other shit too. But bro, The Nun can kiss my ass. And yeah, yeah. What did you think about the Insidious franchise? All 5 freaking films. Let me know in the comments. Please like, subscribe, whatever, all this stuff that I have. And yeah, thanks for watching.